I don't think I've ever seen an implementation, at least from the expert witness side, that's been done 100%, 100% accurately. Otherwise, they wouldn't be talking to me. But I think what you need to do is, one, typically there is a what we call a trouble ticket system. I'm sure you're familiar with that.
Yeah.
That the users are basically saying, I'm having trouble doing this, I'm having trouble doing that. When we do cases, we typically go through all of the complaint tickets and categorize them. And then there's the ones like, well, gee, did you plug in the printer? Oh, gee, no. Well, obviously, get rid of that. That's that kind of stuff. That's not an issue. But there are certainly things that are issues that come down to how the configuration or modifications were done. And to your point, I wouldn't sign off on anything that had a significant, and that's the word that you have to figure out is what's a significant impact to functionality that is not something that we can live with for more than, if it's a minor thing, sure, I can, so I got to do something manually, I can get around that for as long as I need to. It's kind of a pain in the neck. But if it's something that could potentially hold up orders or not give us history in our customer service department to look at what the past orders have been, or when we can promise delivery of things, I would never sign off on a project like that. And I've seen it done. And once that thing's signed off on, people get a lot of memory loss in terms of, well, yeah, we're going to fix that for you. It's going to come out in the next rev of the software. It'll be fixed then, I promise. So again, unfortunately, there's usually a lot of pressure coming down from upstairs. Senior level management, they're spending a lot of money. They've made a lot of promises. And so they've got a lot of heat going on that core team saying, you need to go live, on X date, like we told our shareholders or whoever it is. Maybe it's just the rest of the employees. But I would suggest, and I would heartily suggest, that if I'm a project manager and the voting is going around the table and they're saying go live or no go live, that you don't go live. I'd far rather incur the expense of 3 months of delay than a failed implementation. One, you might put the company out of business, and two, your reputation obviously is not going to be good after something like that.
So that brings basically what you're talking about in technical terms is more like UAT or user acceptance testing, or as you put it, the scripts. That's how important they are to work out those bugs before they go live. Correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
As you're saying, conference room pilots, which are a form of user acceptance testing, typically we recommend that there's 3. They obviously vary in complexity from specific application to more integrated situations to full go ahead and enter an order and do everything you can to try to break the system, right? And so those things have to have been done. And to your point, they have to have been signed off on. That's why they call it user acceptance testing, right? Because the user says, yes, it works. If you don't do that, and you sit there and you're happy to vote for a go live just because you're trying to keep the boss happy, again, you're not going to make him happy after, he finds out that he can't ship orders for 10 days and he loses his best customer.